Good morning, YouTube. I got a deck here today that I'm gonna do a review of, and it's the Robinwood Tarot. And you could get this at most bookstores like Books A Million or Barnes & Noble. I got mine at Books A Million down in South Florida 6 years ago in the beginning of my tarot journey. This was indeed my first tarot set, and I figure that it's appropriate to do a review of this since it is the first deck that I purchased and started my tarot journey with almost 6 years ago. It's kind of hard for me to say a bad thing about this deck just because I've learned on this deck and it taught me everything I needed to know now that I have done tarot for almost 6 years. So some of the images on it are pretty standard. They're pretty standard Rider-Waite images. The backs are really cool. It could be reversed or they could be upright. I think when I was having these cards, I mostly worked with the upright meanings, although they are reversible meanings in them. It's let me get my poker deck. I'm disorganized. Hold on one second. Now on back, I'm sorry about that, but to a standard size poker deck, it's actually slightly bigger. It's not too much bigger. They're not very big cards. I have some cards that are ginormous, but I'll review those ones another date. But let's take a look at some of the cards. This one is the Tower. I love this depiction of the Tower because compared to the regular Rider-Waite deck, this one is relatively close, but it's kind of has the same. Let me put the light off for a second. It's kind of that same doom and gloom as it does. It has the waves crashing on the tower and stuff. Most of these images are going to be your standard images. This is the Nine of Cups. No, not Nine of Seven of Cups. My bad. With the wishing upon a star kind of feel. This one is the Three Pentacles. Queen of Wands, the Magician. I love his depiction. Actually, this is what inspired me to get this deck when I first was getting this deck, because this is coincidentally the same as what's on the box. I'm trying to figure out where the camera goes, but when I saw the box, the Magician, I should say. There we are. I was very inspired to get these cards because I just loved his depiction. He is my favorite card in this deck. Although I got another favorite too in this deck, and that is the Devil. Not Death. My bad. I know my cards. I'm sorry. I'm kind of backwards today. I got other. I have wedding to plans today. I'm sorry that I'm seeming a little bit backwards because I'm thinking wedding and other things and not tarot reviews. So I apologize, but it's Death, and it has the big white rose in the background. God, I love his scythe and his red cloak. It's so cool. You got the Ten of Swords, King of Swords, Page of Wands. It has all the standard namings of the cards in this deck, so there's nothing like I know in some deck, like the Thoth deck, the Temperance is art. There's nothing different about this deck compared to the other traditional Rider-Waite system. This is very traditional Rider-Waite cards and images. Maybe they are a little bit more colorful and has a little bit more whimsically to it, but if you wanted a Rider-Waite deck that it has a whimsicalness to it, get this deck because it's a very nice, I believe it's like a pen or acrylic painting or something on it, but you also could see that there's crystals on the wands and those kind of little details like that that are very, very nice. The Fool's very cute. I love him. He kind of has that, I want his pants so badly. I want his pants and his dog. I'll steal both of them. But, they're very nice cards. And the cardstock is actually, when I first got them, I loved cardstock, but now that I've been with tarot for several years, it's almost a little flimsy, but it's very, very sturdy. I'm surprised. This deck is about 6 years old, and it's held up the test of time, no less, so it's very sturdy. It takes a little bit of force to rip it if you wanted to rip it, so you don't have to worry about it if you're scared about damaging the cards. Yeah, it might be thinner than most other tarot decks I've worked with, but it's really not that bad of a cardstock. I love this one. This is my favorite. I gotta tell you, every single time I think of Two Swords, I have to think of this version of Two Swords. When I think of Two Swords, this is the deck card that comes to mind. Oh my god, she's balancing on a rock with swords. So cool. I think it just captures Two Swords so vividly that it's unreal. The colors in this deck is unreal too. This is a kind of different theme from the rest of the deck, but this is also 8 of Wands. Color theme from card to card is a little different. King of Wands. I'm just kind of flipping through them because of time. But they're very easy to read. I read this very quickly and instantly. If you have the tarot composition book 101, I think that's what the book's called. I have it out in my living room, but I'm not going to go get that because I already spent some time getting my poker deck, which only took about 2 seconds of the video. But it has all of these illustrations in that book. So if you already had the book, you already kind of know what these cards look like. But if you don't have the book, then this is kind of some of the rough images right now. Okay, now that I'm showed most of the images of half the deck, they have some other very nice images of some of the other cards. I think like Temperance, and they're very standard though. Let me see if I can pull out just some of the major ones because of time. Temperance is very, very standard, actually. I'm very surprised how standard Temperance is for this deck. Empress, the only thing that's not standard about her is that she's pregnant, but I think most decks have that too, but not the ones that I have, I guess. Let me see if I could breeze through. Another good one in this deck is the okay, there we are. Chariot. It's the Chariot here. It's pretty cool. I'm just kind of trying to flip through and see what other popular cards. Everything else almost looks pretty standard right away. The High Priestess. This is the one most of people are interested in when they're buying a deck. It's the High Priestess. I love her. I love the blues. I don't think the camera does it justice at all. But the blues, let me see if I can cover that light. But the blues are absolutely magnificent in this. There we are. Blues are so magnificent in this deck. That is unreal. And I love her crystal ball. I think that was the only one that I really needed to show you all from this deck. as far as the deck goes. Let me go ahead and do a review on the flappy book, or the little book that it comes with. It comes in a box this size, and this is the box. So this comes in there with the deck. This book is instructions by Robin Wood and Michael Short, and it's by Llewellyn Publications. I don't know the publication published of this deck, so let me go read it. 1991 is when the deck came out, so this has actually been out for quite some time. And this is the 16th printing, 2007 edition. So that's what I have right here. It's the 16th edition, 16th printing of this deck, 2007. Actually, that's around the time when I bought it too. So it's actually doesn't. Yeah, it was around the time I bought it, so it's not too off. Okay, as far as the book goes, the little booklet goes, it has some very standard Rider-Waite keywords and meanings, but I love, the one thing that I loved about learning with this book is, let me see if I can get this page. Yeah. Right here, rite of passage, and it is like I think it's 6 of swords that it's talking about. They have a keyword here that's like rite of passage, and then they have a meaning, and then they have the reversals down there. So I love the depiction of the keywords, because sometimes it's a little different from the Rider-Waite, which I loved. Like the 2 of swords, it had, okay, let me show the 2 of swords. You know how I showed you the 2 of swords earlier? It has 2 of swords as balance. I love that. Every time I think of 2 of swords, I actually think of balance of conflicts, balance. And it tells me that there might be some things that need to be balanced in your life, and you're in a precarious spot. So I love that depiction of that. And the reversals and the meaning are in this card too. And it's like danger spot, precarious balance, possible problems ahead, a choice of lesser of 2 evils. The seeker has knowledge and ability to balance the situation and make the best of it. And the reversal would be, the waiting is over, stalemate ended, beware of new situation, the seeker or someone known to the seeker may travel soon. There's a sample of the booklet. As far as spreads go, they come with this deck. I have to look through my little tin box, but they do come with the extra cards, like regular cards with the tarot. 2 extra cards, and they had some layouts with it. They had this layout, which is actually a really good layout for beginners as well as more advanced readers, because I think it's actually very in-depth, because what it does is I think you can see that here. It's a 1, 2, 3. It's a 3-card spread on certain situations and stuff. So just for the layout itself and it being a deck collector, that layout I think is worth it, or worth buying the deck. It says it's $19. I don't know if they went down in price at all with this deck, but I think that's what I paid for it for so many odd years ago. It's $20 for this deck. Is this deck worth full price? I think you could get it off of Amazon a little bit cheaper, maybe $2. Save you about $2, but don't quote me on that. Of course, it has the Celtic cross spread in here, and then they have the 5-card horseshoe spread in here. And that pretty much wraps up this review. It's a very nice deck, and I'm going to do a review on the Handle Tarot deck next in my next video. Hope to see you there.